Great movie,
Thanks.
and I
Thanks
wanted
for coming.
to put Albert's character into a stranglehold the entire time I was watching. I work in Bergen County, New Jersey, in the Bergen County School District, and I work with some of the leading social workers in the county. They've been around for 15, 20 years. When I learned about this about a year ago, I was furious, but also wanted to find out. And then I started to tap into the people I worked with. Hey, did you hear about this? Because they had a facility in Hackensack.
Right.
And no one knew.
My entire experience as a teenager was the program, and I was brainwashed to think that any wrong decision that I made in my life, I was going to be in a blue chair.
And same thing, same rules still exist in ARC. You can't read anything, not even cereal boxes, not even signposts, and you get punished for it. And I'd sit in the shower and like madly read shampoo bottles.
Yes.
Like, it's just absurd. Like the idea that you can't read. Like, I mean, I personally, I didn't use drugs, and I was put into a drug rehab institution. And the idea that they can take away like your absolute most basic freedoms, being able to read, being able to go to school, being able to choose what you eat, being able to ask for food when you're hungry. Like, I mean, these are things that were just like torn away from us, and it's just appalling. Education is the least bit of a really huge issue.
People who don't know the subject, people who see it, like audiences who see it, and who, because I was watching this and thinking, oh my God, like, do people actually believe that that really happened? Because I know from doing the research that
Right.
everything in there did happen
Yeah.
to kids, and worse.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that people might, like, look at that and say, no, they must be exaggerating. Right now, there's no federal regulation. There's more federal regulation on dog training than there is on treatment facilities for kids.
Just not enough support, not enough momentum, but it feels like, you know, Nick's film coming out, and there's just a lot of discussion about these facilities. Maya's wonderful book. You know, there's been attempts at state regulation, but that hasn't really quite been successful because there's so much invested in individual states that, you know, their whole economies that thrive off these facilities. So I think, you know, it's really important that, you know, survivors come together and people that are concerned come together and really speak out and contact your, you know, representative, congressman, you know, Right Senator Miller, just, you know, get active.
So what people really need to know is, A, it doesn't work, aside from being unethical, and B, that there are legitimate treatments for drug problems that don't involve this stuff. And if people know that cruelty, humiliation, physical attacks, and corporal punishment are not the way to treat addiction, then they would not send people anywhere that use that stuff, and the market would work. But unfortunately, the way it is now, nobody knows what actually goes on behind the scenes, and you're allowed to use corporal punishment.
You've come out of this such a positive figure, and just your strength, and you exude exude a brightness that I think you know, speaks to your integrity and the integrity of this film. And I just, having survived a facility myself, I can't imagine being so well adjusted. It took me 10 years to just kind of even wrap my head around everything, and I just want to really thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot.